Today's selection from the vault provides a lesson in how a seemingly simple job can quickly spin into an escalating series of disasters. Much like how you can leave your encampment in the morning to buy provisions, but the local merchants don't have what you need, so you have to search for an alternative. And by the end of the day, you've leveled an entire village because they wouldn't recognize your sovereignty. But your experiences may not be quite so incendiary. In any event, today's focus is on Adventures in Babysitting, a 1987 comedy, and a delightful example of organized chaos. Elizabeth Shue stars as Chris Parker, a high school senior stuck on a babysitting job when her plans for a date fall through. What should be a quiet and boring evening in suburbia quickly ends when Chris's friend Brenda calls for help from a downtown bus station, and Chris is forced to bring her 2 young charges and 1 mouthy tag-along on an impromptu rescue trip. Unfortunately, fate has put Chris in the crosshairs of a cosmic practical joke this evening. Virtually everything that can go wrong does go wrong, and the 4 soon find themselves stranded in the heart of the big city with no transport, no money, no lines of communication, and the heads of an illegal carjacking operation in close pursuit. It's up to Chris to keep everyone safe, recover her car, rescue her friend, and get everyone home before the kids' parents have a chance to find anything out. You know, I think what I appreciate most about this movie is how it connects a series of setbacks and happenstance into a single cohesive storyline. With the exception of a few coincidences that occur a little too conveniently, each encounter flows into the next in a manner both smooth and quick, without feeling rushed. It's a good example of a simple story hook, in this case, a babysitting job gone wrong, escalated bit by bit into a thrilling adventure through dangerous terrain. The movie is also an excellent exercise in creative character writing. Each setting these kids stumble into is a unique vignette of big city life in the 1980s, and everyone they meet makes an impression, whether it's charismatic blues singers, menacing carjackers, deadpan doctors, or volatile gang members. But I have to give the filmmaker special notice for casting the Kingpin as Thor decades before the MCU began. Yep, Vincent D'Onofrio, same actor. It's also nice to see a movie that treats the character of Thor with some respect as opposed to, well, you know. Our lead quartet is also well written, and each member shines in their own way. Keith Coogan and Maya Bruton provide a good brother-sister dynamic as the Anderson siblings. Brad is a well-meaning young teenager navigating through an awkward adolescent crush, and Sarah is an ardent fan of Thor and the heart of the group. Anthony Rapp plays Daryl as the wisecracking kid who often acts without thinking, but he's eager to stick up for his friends when the need arises. But the star of the film is clearly Elizabeth Shue as Chris Parker. Chris is initially written as a typical teenage suburban girl whose thoughts are of fun and romance, but the adversity she faces through the night allow her real strengths to surface. She's flexible enough to roll with the situations she lands in, and she's brave enough to stand her ground in the face of danger. And no matter what happens, her primary concern is always the safety and well-being of the children under her care. How's that for a compelling female lead? Adventures in Babysitting is both easy to find and reasonably priced in the usual formats: Blu-ray, DVD, or even VHS for the real retro experience. And it's a film I wholeheartedly recommend for your shelf. With a runtime of 1 hour and 42 minutes, it keeps a brisk pace without feeling rushed, and it's smart enough to relax at several points without lagging. Clever writing and memorable characters make this a fun adventure for any evening. Thank you for joining me in this brief look into the archives of my vault. If this story interests you, please feel free to like this video and to comment on what you enjoy about it. And if you would be kind enough to share this video, it will not only help my channel to grow, which I appreciate, but it will bring more attention to these older or lesser known works.